Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Welcome to the swamp. We're going to have an evening of groovy music and some madcap merriment, which shall be ensuing a little later. Um, at this time, if you have a favorite libation, I'd like to raise my jar to you, as it were.
Okay. Hey. Oh boy.
Alrighty, hey. At this time, let's play some music. Here's a little ditty entitled Swamp Jam Number 1. Say hi to Tom Braxton on the sax. Take it away, Tommy. was fun. I enjoyed the heck out of that. Right on, Tom. Let me tell you guys a little bit about our wonderful musical guest this evening, Mr. Tom Braxton. Tom's headline shows on his own here in America as well as overseas, where he invariably leaves audiences on their feet wanting more. He's got 9 solo CDs to his name. Number 10 is actually on the way. Many of those have hit numerous jazz charts. His music can be heard on radio as well as other online sources. I'm sure many of you probably had the pleasure of seeing him with the late, great Wayman Tisdale, where he was his right-hand man and music director for 17 years. And more recently, Tom's been a full-time member of legendary guitarist Earl Klugh's band. That's got to be fun. I'm so happy to have this gentleman join me here in the swamps, albeit virtually. Right on. Welcome, Tom.
Hey, Ron. Man, it is a pleasure to be here and to be a part of the swamp. Man, it is an honor. And to be on the inaugural broadcast. I'm excited about this. And to pay tribute to you, I have to do this to start the interview. Okay, for those of you who know Ron Reinhardt, you know he usually plays his cool self, playing some great keyboards with the sunglasses on. Even at night in the dark, he can still see to play some fantastic licks. So this is my quick impersonation of the cool and smooth Ron Reinhardt. But anyway, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Trust me, Tom, my pleasure. Hey, I was trying to think, when in the heck did we first meet? Was it like mid-2000s, late 2000s, maybe a cruise, one of the cruises, or a festival somewhere?
Meeting. You know, I am the worst at remembering where I meet people for the first time. There are people that'll come up to me and they'll remember every detail. As a matter of fact, my wife remembers every detail of our first meeting, even what clothes I was wearing. And me, I'm not so good at that. Now, I do remember her the first time because she was beautiful inside and out. But anyway, as far as me remembering you, it's got to be from the Smooth Jazz Cruise, man. And you were killing it on the keyboards. And every time I see you, you're always playing great. But I think that's the first time we met, and I've admired your talent ever since. Can't wait to play together again. Even though I'm glad we're getting to play together virtually today.
Well, yeah, this is cool. I mean, it's like obviously the next best thing to playing a live gig, you know, but I appreciate the nice words. I still remember the first time I heard you play. I said to myself, that is one tasty, soulful son of a gun right there.
Tasty and soulful, huh? Well, thank you, Ron. That means a lot coming from you because I so admire your playing and your ability to make every solo speak so well and to play so tastefully yourself. But I try to communicate something every time I play. And I believe that started with my father because he always used to say, hey, don't just play a lot of notes. Try to say something every time you make a solo. Every time you take a solo, say something. And so I try to communicate something. I try to be tasty. I try to be soulful every time I play. And he originated that. And to this day, I'm still working on it, trying to make it to where when I take the horn and somebody says, go, that I can say something that means something and hits people right in the heart. So thanks for that compliment, man.
You're quite welcome. Now, you've played with some serious musical royalty in your career, one of which was the late, great Wayman Tisdale. I'm just curious how did you get hooked up with the big man?
Wayman Tisdale, wow. What a blessing to work with such a great person and a great musician. And the way that came about, I was living in Irving, Texas at the time. Sharon and I had only been married about, 2 years. And I was doing a Bible study for some of the musicians in the area. Irving is a suburb of Dallas. And this guitar player said, I want to bring a guest the next time we get together. So I said, sure, the more the merrier. And he walks in with keyboardist Bernard Wright, who was living in Dallas at the time because his wife is from Dallas. I said, "Oh, do you know who that is? That's Bernard Wright." And for those who don't know, Bernard was a prodigy, or is a prodigy, that started playing keyboards. He was signed with GRP when he was only 15, making records for them when he was about 16. And amazing pianist and keyboard player. Well, we met. He asked me what I was up to. We ended up working together on my first record, Your Move. And then he ended up working with Wayman Tisdale. And when Wayman Tisdale decided to do his first show, he needed a sax player. And Bernard said, "Well, I know this guy back in Texas," because at that time, Bernard and Wayman was a Sacramento King. He was still in the NBA. So I got the call. I flew up to Sacramento. I'll never forget it. We were at the Red Line opening for the Yellow Jackets. And I had such a great time. And the rest is history. I ended up working with Wayman for almost 17 years and became his music director soon after joining the band. And what a great person, what a great experience. I'll always appreciate Bernard and Wayman, because Wayman gave me my first national touring exposure all around the country, dating all the way back to 92.
Yeah, we all sure miss Wayman. I was fortunate to be able to get to play with him a few times on the cruises myself. So now many people in the past few years have seen you play with legendary guitarist Earl Klugh. How did that connection come about?
Earl Klugh. That is a great question. How did I end up playing with the icon Earl Klugh, the jazz guitarist icon? Wow, what a story. Well, in 2010, I was on the Smooth Jazz Cruise, and I was selected to be the saxophonist, flute player with Earl. And I was honored because I had Earl Klugh's cassettes and albums and love him and love his sound. And I was selected to play with him. So we did the shows on the Smooth Jazz Cruise, and then time went by. And about 3 years later, I think it was about 2013, I got an email from Brian Simpson, who was the music director of the cruise at that time. And he said, "Earl Klugh's people are getting in touch, want to get in touch with you. Is it okay if I pass along your information?" I said, "Absolutely." So Denise, his manager and about to be wife at that time, sent me emailed me some information about filling in on a gig in April of 2013. And it was a corporate show for the Kellogg Corporation. I still remember it very well, in Asheville, North Carolina. And wow, I showed up. I was just so pumped, learned all the music. And at the end of the show, I was talking to Denise, and I said, "Well, if you ever need me again, just please let me know. I truly enjoyed the experience of working with Earl." And she said, "Well, by the way, we're going to Johannesburg, South Africa next month. Would you be available?" And I said, "Are you kidding? When, where, how? Let's go." So I started doing some shows with them. Next thing I knew, I was in the band. So I've been working with Earl since 2013. I have to pinch myself when I'm on stage and just thinking about the fact that I'm enjoying this wonderful experience of the man and his music. So fantastic band with Ron Otis on drums, Al the Burner Turner on bass, and the great David Lee on keyboard. So we have a wonderful time together. It's a real blessing to work with Earl Klugh.
Wow, I'm sure it is. God, I just think about all the amazing records that Mr. Klugh has put out through the years. Man, oh man. Speaking of records, you have a bunch of solo records yourself. Want to talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind?
Yes, I have, let's see, I think it's 10 total recordings. And in there, I have quite a variety of music. I have a Christmas record called Comfort and Joy. I have a smooth jazz, praise and worship experience, kind of a gospel record called Face to Face. And then I have some smooth jazz recordings that feature some of my music and some covers from other people. I have had some great experiences recording those. Wayman Tisdale and I did a recording together that he produced called Bounce. And then the first record I did was called Your Move, which was produced by Bernard Wright and Kirk Whalum. So I've had some great experiences in the studio, and one of the neat project, the last project we did, Next Chapter, as a solo artist, Bob James, Earl Klugh, Peter White were all a part of that. Then I did a collaborative project with a trumpet player named Robert Sine. It was called the Sine Braxton Collaborative, and that was a lot of fun. And now we're getting ready to do a brand new project called Looking Up. And the single is already out July 31st, and the rest of the record will be coming out in February of 2021.
Very cool. I have no doubt that's going to be a stellar project. Hey, let's do one of your tunes. What do you say? What you feel like doing?
This is one of my songs. It's actually the title cut from Endless Highway, which I was writing and producing about the time I lost my good friend Wayman Tisdale. So it's always a special recording to me. And this is a real upbeat song with lots of energy in it, and it's called Endless Highway. Here we go.
So here at Possum Belly Productions, unfortunately, we had to make some changes with our crew and staff. These crack professionals, unfortunately, were rather high priced. So, due to budget cuts, I had to let them go actually, and it's very sad because they were friends and basically they're family. They're in a sense family. We shared a lot of laughs. We shared tears, some restraining orders. Um, so I'm going to be very sorry to see him go. We have a gentleman down from New York, a producer, brand new producer, who's going to be wearing many hats. I'm sure he'll do a fine job. But just wanted to share with you a little tribute. It's a tribute to the outgoing staff and crew at Possum Belly Productions. Yeah, we'd like to welcome our new producer to Possum Belly Productions. This gentleman is down from Staten Island, just relocated recently, and he was production manager, cast member of the well-known North Staten Island Community Theater up there. Those of you in the New York metropolitan area might be familiar with their latest production of Silence of the Lambs, the musical. This gentleman played Hannibal Lecter, and highly acclaimed. He got a lot of notoriety for that locally in the area up there. So let's say hi to Darcelina.
Oh, hi! Hey, Mr. Rhinestone, how you doing? Thank you. Hi, everybody.
All right. Well, hey, it's great to have you aboard, my friend. By the way, Darcelina is joining us from our new multimedia production facility located on the west quadrant of our compound here. So, hey, Darcelina, let me ask you this. How do you like it? How are you liking Stinkbug Bayou? Are you enjoying yourself so far?
Well, it's actually quite picturesque. I love it. Yeah, the people are very nice here. Well, to be honest, Mr. Reinhardt, the one thing is I can't get a good slice nowhere. And they know what a cannoli is down here?
Unfortunately, you're not going to find a good slice in the area here, in the Stinkbug Bayou Tri-City area of Stinkbug Bayou, Buzzard Bay, and Crappy Town. Cannolis, same story, same deal. Not going to happen, unfortunately. No notable cannolis. Matter of fact, no cannolis at all. However, we do have a local favorite. It's kind of put us on the map as far as culinary circles. We have an amazing concoction. It's the honey glazed armadillo strudel, which is just the bomb, as the kids say. But hey, moving on. Question: the name Darcelina. If you don't mind me asking, what exactly is the origin of that? That's rather unusual.
Oh, sure. Well, that's my name in the biz. It's my showbiz name. Yeah. Well, I was born with the name Frankie Fusilli Facciamamara. Yeah, I know. Italian, New York. But Darcelina is my showbiz name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, listen, look, you got J-Lo, Cher, Barbara, and Darcelina. Yeah, that's it.
Well, alrighty. Here's a question. How have the local townfolk reacted to you being here? Being that you stand out, shall we say? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all, of course. But I'm just curious, being the population here is pretty much very traditional and simple folks, common people of the land, you know, morons.
Hmm. Stand out. What do you mean, stand out? How would I stand out? Because I'm from New York?
Yeah, no, it's kind of not quite what I meant, actually. Not really.
Oh. Because I'm Italian. You think I stand out because I'm Italian?
Let's move on. Let us move on. Okay. I also understand that you're a new business owner here in town, here in Stinkbug Bayou. Darcelina's Academy of the Performing Arts / Pest Control Supply. How's that working out for you?
Oh, yes, Mr. Reinhardt. Thank you for mentioning it. Yes. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any students yet from my Performing Arts Academy. Nobody signed up. But the other side of my business, the pest control supply, oh, boom, through the roof. Yeah. In fact, this month we're having a special. Yeah. If you buy a 2-gallon container of Ritterroach, you get 2 free interpretive jazz dance lessons. Yes. Oh, wait, there's more. Wait for it. You also get a free chocolate donut. Yes. You can't see me. I can see you. You can't see me. I can see you.
Yes, sirree, Bob. I don't see how anybody could pass that up. All the best to those business ventures, Darcelina. I'm sure you'll do quite well. Gonna change gears here, shift gears, as they say, quite a bit. About a week and a half ago, late night, 1 or 2 a.m., just doodling around at the keyboard and just got thinking about all the amazing times I've had, just great memories and all the great people I've known, and got a little melancholy thinking about just the old days and how some people, unfortunately, are no longer with us. And this melody just kind of popped into my head, actually. So it's kind of a work in progress, but it's dedicated to all the amazing memories and all the great people from days gone by. It's a tune here called Song for 1,000 Yesterdays. Alrighty, we're back here with saxophonist Tom Braxton. So tell me, Tom, when did you start playing? I'm guessing at a pretty young age, right?
Yes, I started playing the piano when I was probably about, 9, 10 years old. My sister was already playing Ruby, and she really was developing quickly and actually has a master's degree in piano. And I love the sound, and so I said, I want to take the piano too. So I started playing the piano, and then at 11 years old, ta-da, my father brought home my first alto saxophone. And that's when I started playing in the sixth grade band, played middle school, high school. And about that junior, senior year in high school, I thought, this might be something I want to major in. So then I majored in music at Texas Tech University and moved forward from there. But I first started playing the saxophone when I was about 11 years old.
Interesting. And who would you say your major influences were as a youngster?
Yes, there have been many influences in my musical journey. I'd have to start with my father, who is the person who first put the saxophone in my hand. He is a tenor saxophonist. Believe it or not, he is 100 years old. He is a centenarian. My parents had us later in their marriage. Now, I'm 25, of course, in case you were doing the mathematics there. But yes, he is 100, and he grew up on the old Route 66. Back in the big band era, he saw Chick Webb and Duke Ellington and Count Basie, the original bands, and Ella Fitzgerald. And so he was a big influence on me as far as exposing me to the greats like Cannonball Adderley and Coltrane and Miles Davis and Charlie Parker and Sonny Stitt. And the list goes on and on of those great musicians from the past like Ben Webster and Gene Ammons, and his favorite, Lester Young. So he was a big influence as far as tone and having your individual sound. And then, a little bit later, as I continued to play, I was influenced by the great Grover Washington, Ronnie Laws, David Sanborn, the sound of Spyro Gyra, and also the fusion sounds of Jean-Luc Ponty, Weather Report, and Jeff Lorber fusion as I was growing up out in West Texas.
Wow, very cool, man. Shoot, I tell you what, I bet our record collections were identical back then. It's great stuff. Um, so now you talk about growing up in Texas. Do you still live there? You still in Texas?
Yes, I do live in the Dallas, Fort Worth area. I'm about 45 minutes northwest of Dallas, and a little bit, about 20, 30 minutes from Fort Worth. But I'm real close to DFW Airport, about 15, 20 minutes, and that's very convenient. It's a place called Highland Village, and we have been out here for a while and love it. Nice, quiet suburb. But my birthplace was Lubbock, Texas, about 350 miles northwest of here out on the Dusty Plains. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later.
Cool. Now, shifting gears here a little bit, I know you're quite the running enthusiast. I remember years ago on one of the cruises, my wife Laura and I were out. It's probably late morning, I guess. And we're doing some laps on around the boat. You could one of the decks. You could do laps outside. Just trying to get it together, get the day started. And all of a sudden, zoom, we saw this streak go by us. And I told Laura, what the hell was that? And she's like, I think I was Tom Braxton. So you came around again, and sure enough, I think you were on your 173rd lap that morning. Yeah, quite impressive.
Yes, I am a runner. I love track and field. I actually went to Texas Tech University on a track and band scholarship and music scholarship, I should say. But after a while, there was just too much music and I had to let track and field go. But it's still in my heart. I love to run. Now I just run to stay in shape because I can't do it like I used to do it. And I certainly can't keep up with my son who runs track at Baylor. He is a sprinter. And he left me in the dust a long time ago. But I love track and field, love to run, get out there and stay in shape. But don't worry, I'm not trying to make the 2021 Olympics.
Don't sell yourself short there, Tom. That's funny. Hey, speaking of the Olympics, Tom, what do you say we play classic Eddie Harris tune, Cold Duck Time, which, by the way, has absolutely nothing to do with the Olympics. So we could strike that from the record. That was quite a peppy little number. What a toe topper, huh? As many of you may or may not know, this area of Florida is pretty well known for many sightings of the elusive Bigfoot Sasquatch creature, locally known as the skunk ape. It actually has other local names too from the indigenous people here, names such as Swamp Devil, Bayou Boogeyman, Bayou Booger Eater, which is, I apologize, that's not very pleasant, but it's true. Marsh Monster, and Charles Nelson Riley. No idea the derivation of that, but anywho, thought it might be interesting if we took the viewers out on a real live Sasquatch hunt, a skunk ape hunt in the actual Everglades. We have a professional who operates an airboat, a gentleman named Arnie, and so we're going to go live with him. And I might warn you folks at home with small children, might want to take the kids, maybe put them to bed, maybe take them to a neighbor's house, possibly because this creature is pretty menacing in the event that Arnie does come across one. Can't guarantee what's going to happen. So anyway, let's check it out. All right, everybody, say hello to airboat operator Arnie. Hello, Arnie. Can you hear me? Okay, looks like Arnie can't hear us at the moment. We've got to work on that. Technical issue. In case you're wondering, Arnie asked us to obscure his face due to, unfortunately, 3 or 4 outstanding arrest warrants in neighboring states. So we agreed to do that. So, I think we got him. Arnie, can you hear me? How's it going, man? How's it going, Arnie? Hey, Arnie. Hey, Arnie, got to cut you off. To be honest, can't understand a damn word you're saying. I guess the fact that you have an airplane engine 13 inches from your head, not real conducive to a live interview. But we have a solution. Darcelina. Hey, Darcelina, in the Multimedia Center. Yeah, listen, can you kick on the new Airboat subtitle software? That new app we have? Yeah. Alrighty, 1 second here, folks. Got it? Cool. Okay. Let's try one more time. Arnie, how's it going, man? How you doing, Arnie? Yeah, Arnie, got to be honest, we were hoping for live video instead of just audio. Is there a reason why we're doing it just by phone instead of video? Just curious. Okay, just so I understand, you're racing through the swamp in an airboat, which can probably be heard in 3 surrounding counties, but you're afraid of the light on a cell phone video spooking the creature? Is that correct? Or am I missing something? Okay, it's all good, bro. Didn't mean to question your expertise. Question, have you ever actually seen a skunk ape in the swamp out there? Have you ever seen one? Alrighty then. Moving along. How long do you think you'll be out there tonight? How long do you plan on cruising around? looks like we're having some technical glitching here. Hey, Darcelina. Darcelina, you want to reboot, reset the Airboat subtitle software? Okay, that's weird. That's rather odd. Okay. Hey, listen, Arnie, we're going to sign off, buddy. Technical difficulties here with our software. So listen, you stay safe out there, and if you happen to come across any creatures, let us know, and we'll cut back in. Otherwise, you stay safe already. Well, hey, I think it's time for a good old Texas shuffle, being Mr. Tom is Texas native. Here's a Texas shuffle, Texas style shuffle, entitled Stink Bug Shuffle. Well, Mr. Tom, just want to thank you again so much for joining us here in the swamp, even though it was virtually and not actually physically here. But man, it was just such a pleasure. It's great to talk to you and find out a little more about you. A couple things I didn't know actually, and of course your playing, so stellar, so amazing. I love your playing, and I really appreciate it very much.
Hey Ron, man, it was such a pleasure to be on your fine show. I had a blast. I mean, getting to play with someone like you, getting to talk to you, and just catch up, man. So thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to do it again. For more information about me, you can go to www.tombraxton.com. Join the Brack Pack. We'll send you a newsletter. We want you to join the family. And you can also go to Tom Braxton Music on Facebook. The new single, Looking Up, is already out. You can download it, grab it. It's at radio right now. And the CD will be out in February of 2021. And it is also called Looking Up. Once again, thanks for having me. God bless you. Stay safe out there. And hopefully we'll be performing live for you soon.
Well, on behalf of Tom Braxton, Darcelina, and airboat operator Arnie, we just want to say thank you so much for checking us out and tuning in. If we've helped you to forget about all the negativity in the world for just a little while, then I think we've done our job. And if you happen to feel like donating, because we ain't got no damn work, no gigs, that would be awesome. The addresses, the payment apps are listed here. So we'd sure appreciate any amount would be wonderful. We'd sure appreciate so we can keep the shows coming here. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.